wishing them the best.
Yeah, you wish that. See, that's one thing about you. You gonna wish everybody the best. You gonna cover your bases in case you run for president and this podcast come back up.
Scary with Meloney P. That's scary with Meloney P. Come on, here we go.
Breathe. Welcome to another episode of the That's Scary with Meloney P. It has been about a week or two since I have recorded, so I know that you guys have missed me. Oh my God, life has been lifing, okay? Life has been lifing. Oh my God. So listen, we have friend to the show, virtual invisible co-host that has no face, no name, Henry. How you feeling?
Doing awesome. How you feeling?
I'm doing good. I am doing really, really, really good. How is your day going?
Today has been a good day, you know. Got some things done, so the journey continues.
Right. So, you know, we start every episode with the mental health check-in. It sounds like you were kind of giving us your mental health. How's it going for you down in the big city?
Good. Just trying to, work on my mental health because it's easy to kind of just let that go on autopilot.
Yeah.
Try to stay present.
Right.
You know, that's a challenge, but it's going good.
Right. Well, that's good. I mean, listen, all you can hope for is for things to go good and to have a positive outlook. You know, my mental health is doing really good. It's been September hasn't quite been my month, but things are doing good. I feel like October kind of brought October's almost over, ain't it? What's today's date? Life has been lifing so much to the point to where no joke, people always say this, like they don't know what today's day or date is. And I have been in that energy. Like, I don't know what today's date. I don't know what today's day is. Like, oh my God, work is working. Life is lifing. Like everything is just everything. And you know, what I just did, kind of not intentionally, but intentionally, is that I took a semi-break from, social media. So I was taking a break from social media, really not intentionally. In the beginning, I've just been so damn busy with work that I don't even have a chance to check my phone. But then it kind of carried over into the weekends or whatever. And that was good. Like, I feel like that kind of helped my mental health, kind of just taking a break from all the, social media stuff that we ingest. Like, that really has a major effect on your mental health, you know what I'm saying? And just taking that kind of breather, kind of just being able to hear my thoughts, you know what I'm saying, without all the extra clutter. I think I'm doing pretty good. So I'm happy about that. Let me tell you something. I was watching something on TV, right? And you gotta tell me if this has ever happened to you. So this girl was talking about people and their breath, right? And how if you had a friend that had bad breath, or a family member that had bad breath, how comfortable would you be to tell them that they had bad breath? So I remember it brought back some PTSD because I know that my breath be smelling good. Like, you can't tell me that my breath don't be smelling good. I don't have no issues. I don't have no halitosis or whatever like that. I remember one time I was talking to my sister-in-law and she said to me, I was like, this was years ago, and somehow the topic of bad breath came up, and I was like, yeah, I cannot imagine, having bad breath. Like, I just could never imagine that. And she was like, well, everybody has bad breath every now and again. She was like, she was like, I smelled your breath before. And when I tell you, I was like, that's that forever, that sentence forever stayed in my head, because it's like, well, bitch, when did you smell my breath and why didn't you tell me? You know what I'm saying? But then I thought and listen, don't ask me no names because you know these people, but when I dug a little bit deeper into it, I was like, damn, of course I would tell my friend or family member that they had bad breath. But then 2 people came to my mind that I know personally that I smell their breath more than 1 or 2 times. And I was like, I've never told them. And I could not imagine telling them. What would you do? Like, would you feel comfortable? You know, me and you been friends for like 11 years. First of all, don't tell me on air because listen, I'm playing. Would you tell me or anybody, listen, don't use me, but like anybody, would you feel comfortable telling a friend or family member that they had bad breath?
Yeah, I think I would want to think that it depends. Because I think if it's like a one-off, like it just you ran into it and you're probably not going to run into it again or you know, like, okay, I know how to operate around this person.
Ooh, operate around them. That sounds horrible.
But it depends on the rapport you have with the person.
Yeah.
So if I have a great rapport as a friend or family member, then I'll be comfortable saying that. But
really, how would you say it?
But that's somebody that you really know that y'all have it like that, where it's not going to be a problem. But other than that, it'd probably be a tough thing. But I guess if you're trying to be, if it doesn't matter to you, you just want to, like, you're just saying it to be a friend or whatever, and you don't really care, like, the backlash.
I don't believe you. So you mean to tell me that has that happened to you before, where you've actually had to tell a friend or family member that they had bad breath? Have you actually had that experience?
Not a lot, because it's all about, like, your personal space.
Right.
So I'm not really like on people like that. You know what I'm saying?
So okay, you said not a lot. No, not really. So have you told somebody before that they had bad breath? Ever in life?
I might have, but I don't usually. I usually don't. I mean, I don't run into. I think we go through life and you run into something, or you know, and then it's like if it's a coworker or just a random person, you don't really like just like, hey, you're having a bad day. But if I have rapport with you, I'll be like, yo, you know. So that's how I would.
But this ain't about a bad day. This is about bad breath. So basically, I feel like you said that you would tell somebody that, but you've never actually had to do that. Am I hearing you correctly?
Right, because you don't know what if you smell an odor. If you smell an odor, you don't know what it is. It could be a couple of things. It could be internal. It could be something.
You sound so PC right now. Oh my god! So you really sitting there thinking? Well, I guess you would. I mean, I guess that would make sense.
Because what'll happen is you're not gonna like you're not gonna run back into that person as far as getting in the way of what you smell or whatever. So, I mean, I think it's all about consideration. How I would want somebody to treat me, so I would.
I do not believe that you're thinking about consideration and all these other things if you're around somebody that have bad breath.
Definitely, consideration, because it's like, you know, how you approach it, you know, the way you say it, you know, because we live in real life. You know, you're going to smell a lot of things. Right. You don't want to embarrass somebody or make them feel bad. So, yeah.
But see, this is the thing. I think as a friend or family member, to me, if you think about it, what's different?
Family member or friend.
Are you kidding me right now? This whole conversation has been about family members or friend, and that's it. That's only. So, like, that's all I'm talking about. I'm only talking about family. I literally have said family member or friend only. Lord, dude, you done spent 10 minutes talking about the wrong thing.
You know, because I mean, it's like quote unquote friends. You got different levels of friends. Right. Quote unquote family. I got family that I haven't seen in a while. I go to the family.
You are digging too deep, child. I'm talking about your everyday friends.
Hey family member, your breath stinks. I know I hadn't seen you in 10 years.
Oh my god. But your everyday family, your everyday friends is all I'm talking about. Not people you ain't seen in 20 years. Not people that like not associated.
I never really think about it, and I think the times that it may have come across, I probably have not said anything.
Oh, wow. You done changed the whole thing now. Okay, so I'm thinking about the two people that I know, which is so scary. I'm thinking about them, and I have been in close... And I hope nobody don't be asking me after they listen to this, like, is it me? Is it me? But I have been around these. And this is the thing. That's a touchy subject, like hygiene, smells, odors, all of that's very touchy subjects. And one thing that you just said that kind of triggered a thought in my head was like, people can have certain diseases, can initiate bad breath, right? Poor hygiene in terms of like cavities and stuff like that, obviously, like, and that could be a deeper issue. So I have never told these two people that come to mind that they have bad breath. And I don't even think I ever would. Now, and here's the scary part. Here's the even scarier part, right? Like their breath, the people I'm thinking about, their breath at times have been so bad to where I know other people who are in the circle have smelled their breath and we have discussed it because I'm like, I know this ain't just me smelling this breath, but I don't think anybody's ever mentioned it. So I don't know. I think you should tell your friend or your family, but I think that you probably won't. You probably won't.
Well, if I'm gonna talk to other people about it, if I'm your friend, if I'm your family member, I should tell you. But if I'm like keeping it to myself, I have the option of saying something or not. But if I'm gonna talk to somebody else, if I'm being
all the way real, yeah,
and then I think they would appreciate it. Because
no, they wouldn't. I would be so embarrassed. Like
it depends on how you do it.
That's true.
It's like in love. You be like, hey, I just making them aware, and I mean,
you can't tell somebody that they breath stink in love. Like how that sound?
And you can.
How? Let's do a thing, okay?
Okay.
You are telling me, well, yeah, I guess hypothetically, you telling me that I have bad breath. How would you tell me in love?
Hey Mel, how's it going?
Great.
Listen, I just wanna heads up, I love you. And I want to let you know, I don't know, I smelled your breath.
Oh, I would bust out and start.
There's no easy way to do it, but I would do it after we talked about it.
Oh my God. Listen, this ain't even about me and I feel like I'm about to That was the most awkward, not even real. I can't imagine if it was real. Like, there's no way that you can tell somebody that they breath stink. Listen, now that you've had to say it and act it out, you know for sure you ain't telling nobody they breath stink because there's no nice way to say that. Oh my God.
That's crazy because the stuff that we need to hear is hard.
I know.
So what if we just tell each other the easy stuff? Is that being a friend or
no? It's not. That's the whole point. Like, that is comical, but think about it, man. Think about what your friends and your loved ones should be the main people that you should feel the most comfortable to keep it a buck with, because you want to help them and not because this is the thing. If my breath stink and you my friend or family member and you're not telling me, that means my coworkers are talking about me, my man talking about me. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, I'm the joke. I'm the bad breath bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's walking around. Wow. Here's a story, right? Here's a story. So I remember, I'm about to say, like, my ex-husband, right? It was this girl who came around. We had went to this party, and after the party, he said something to me that, again, forever scarred me because I've never heard a man talk about a woman's hygiene like this. He was like, this girl body odor and breath was so bad. And the way he said it, I've never heard a man talk about a woman's hygiene. So I feel like that's something that a man won't talk about unless it's really, really, really bad. And I'm like, oh, wow. Damn, that is bad for a man, especially a man to a woman to tell, them that, hey, your breath stink, your underarm stink, this stink. Like, that's a such a touchy topic. But like you said, in love, if you guys are friends or family, you're doing them a greater disservice by lying to them or keeping the truth from them than like the awkwardness of telling them.
I'm thinking about it because
now you're wondering if your brother is thinking around people and they ain't tell you.
Nah, I'm just thinking about something that should be normal, like being truthful with each other is opposite, and it should be like opposite,
right? And
I'm thinking about like, and I'm dealing with some stuff now where it's just like I really need to be truthful instead of like you can handicap like it could be a friend or a family member or just somebody that you need to really tell them the truth, but you keep handicapping them by either helping them or so that says a lot about me. So
that's all of us
to kind of be, because what that does, it shows the person, it takes everything to another level, because like, man, they don't only just tell me what I want to hear, like they tell me the truth, because they can't. Yeah.
Well, and also, you know, excuse me. It's just like, I guess what you're saying, I mean, I guess what we're saying is it's really bad. Like, again, we laugh and we joke, but this is really bad because if we can't even tell somebody something as minuscule as breath or body odor, and that's not even minuscule, that's major. Like, that's major. Like, imagine like a real friend is going to be open and going to help you and going to want the best for you. So imagine what else we're not telling people, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like you say, what does that say about the people who are not telling the friend or family member, you know, about anything?
Yeah, I need people around me to tell me like, yo, stop eating. You need to lose weight.
Another sticky one. I feel like my friends have lied to me, man. Like, my friends to this day will send me pictures like of myself from like maybe a year or two ago, maybe when I was a little bit heftier, and they'll send it and be like, because like, you know, Facebook will hurt your feelings. Facebook will pop up with the 12 years ago, this was your life and this is what you was doing, you know what I'm saying, and put it right there in your face. Right. And it's like my friends sometimes will forward that to me, or like we'll have a memory pop up on their phone, and all I'm thinking is like, oh my God, I look so fat, or I look like this or that, or whatever, and they don't be telling me. So again, I don't know if it's them not telling me because, you know, whatever, or if it's just in my mind, but people just don't be honest when it comes to looks and smells and those awkward conversations.
And I think the stronger you are in your personal life, if your standard is health, or if your standard is like you take real good care of your dental hygiene, then your energy is going to be authentic when it comes across. It's not going to be like, I'm just really trying to hurt you. No, like,
that's true.
This is what I do for me, so I'm aware of it, and I'm a pass it on to you. But yeah.
So why you think I can't tell my the people I'm thinking about their bruh?
Again, going back to that, like sometimes it's a choice. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Because like, let's say it was just one time. Like, you don't have to.
It wasn't just one time. It's been several times.
You might not have that rapport with them, even if it's family.
I ain't say it was family or not. Now you said that. Listen, don't come for me. I ain't say it was family. You said that.
I'm just saying family, friends, whoever. I don't know who.
Yeah. I'll tell you after the show, child, who those two people I was thinking about. But listen, we got some interesting topics today. We're going to keep it short and sweet, but really good conversation. And I'm going to start with the freaking conversation that went around the world. And that was Jada Pinkett Smith. Now, I know this is something you do not want to talk about, but listen.
Is that how you pronounce your name?
What you mean?
You said Pinkett?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Pinkett or whatever. I don't know.
Is it Pinkett? Here we go. On my own show, making me look stupid on my own show. No, I'm playing. Jada Pinkett. Did I say it right this time?
I think so.
Okay. Smith. Now, anybody has seen her. We've seen her on the news, we've seen her on the morning news, the night news, YouTube. We've seen her on other plans. We've seen her everywhere. I think she has a book coming out, but obviously the clips are just kind of showing the viral things, talking about her husband, who she said that she's been separated from for about 6 or 7 years they've been separated, but to the naked eye, we thinking that, Will and Jada, he out here slapping grown men for her honor. So we thinking that they're happily married, married couple goals, black love. Now, it is certain black love relationships that we hold true to our heart. You know what I'm saying? We got LeBron James and Savannah. We got who else? We got who else we got? Because I'm like, everybody done breaking up. We got the dude from This Is Us, Courtney and his wife. We got the other dude. I should have had these names ready, but the black lady that played on What's Love Got to Do With It. What's her name? Angela Bassett and her husband. Like, there are so many beautiful black royalty, our people, our black royalty that are like black love couple goals. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Will and Jada have always been a part of that. I look at Will Smith and I, again, hold him at a high regard. I feel like he's just always been kind of a classy dude. Now, again, slapping what's his name on the stage was very different, kind of out of character, and I think it hit people so much because that's so much out of his character. But then it's the whole red table talk with the entanglement conversation, and then the crying memes with Will. So I feel like, and this is my personal opinion, and I'm very much pro black women, you know what I'm saying, but this time I'm Team Will. I am so tired of seeing Jada Pinkett Smith putting, like, kind of using her family for, like, to sell something or to promote something. Like, that's her husband. She even went as far, she's talked about Tupac, right? She said that was her soulmate. She even outed Tupac and said that Tupac had alopecia, just like her. Like, that man is dead. Let that man lay in peace. She's even gone as far to talk about, the entanglement, her cheating with, her son's kid, friend. It's been so many different things that she's done that I think as a wife, she use whatever you want to, but stop using your family as clickbait or, I got to sell this book or I got to sell this Red Table Talk episode. So I'm going to just bring this up. And I'm really tired of it. What are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, it's a different. They're in a different situation. They've been in the public eye a long time.
Yeah.
They're celebrities a long time, and the way things have unfolded is kind of their choice, and it seems like they're having to process in front of everybody because of the way things happen. So. And some choices they made about sharing.
Right.
So,
and it's more so her.
But at the end of the day, if they like it, I love it. It's because it's like.
But do you think he really likes it? Like, do you don't ever, like, you don't really be seeing him talk about it. You don't see him responding. You don't see him like, I've seen him maybe once or twice, like, and again, I'm not Google, but I've seen him once or twice that I've seen have comments about his, marriage, but I feel like it's constantly her, and it's constantly around a book promotion or promoting something. And I get it, you're a celebrity, so you're gonna be on interviews, and your information, your personal life is gonna be a topic of conversation. I get it, but to me, it just seems like she's disrespecting her husband. She even went as far, and I don't know if you know this, but on one of her interviews this week, she even went as far to say that she don't even know why. Like, she don't even remember Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, and she don't even know why he did it. Like, what? Like, this man had to go into under hiding after he slapped Chris Rock on the award show in her defense and her honor, and she gonna get up there and say on a nationally syndicated morning show that she don't even remember him doing it, and she don't know why he did it. Like, girl, are you serious? You volunteered that. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody, you should have just really held that man honor. He already was crucified enough, and now the woman that he slapped the man for is saying she don't even know why he did it.
Yeah, yeah, I think from a traditional standpoint, it's definitely different. And I think the initial reaction is kind of what we're used to and what's right
right?
According to our morals and things of that nature. But I think when you look at it, it's just like they have their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it could be private. All this could be private, but
right.
They've had made the choice to kind of share it with the world.
You keep saying but isn't it just her?
I mean, you said she took them to the table, so it was an agreement to do that. So yeah, it's just interesting. It's like everybody processes things differently.
Mm-hmm.
They've been around with each other a long time.
Yeah.
So it just shows you like things can go a lot of different ways, and they're processing it. Of course, like we don't have the platform for millions of people to know our situation, and so it's a lot going on there.
Yeah,
and it seems like Will's he's processing it his way, and then she's going about it her way, and they have kids.
They have kids, man. I'm embarrassed for the kids.
So it's a journey.
Yeah.
It's a journey, and I think it's they'll find their way. Yeah, they'll find their way. Find their way.
I just don't like it. I think for me, because I'm very traditional, I think that I just feel like, and listen, don't hold up my past against me. You know what I'm saying? Listen. But at the root of who I am, I'm a very traditional person. And I just feel like when you're married, and I'm saying that again, when you are married, there's certain respect boundaries that you just should not cross. And I just feel like, she's literally talking about another man being her soulmate. Like you're literally volunteering that information. Like I'm sure a lot of women out here think that, another man probably would have been better for them than the man that they marry, and vice versa. But you don't even have to volunteer that information at the, what do you call it? Ooh, my mind just went blank. At the whatever of her husband. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't, huh? Yeah, you don't have to do that. Like there are so many different things that you can be, using as, like I said, clickbait, or like to sell whatever. But just using Will over and over and over and over again, girl, like it's giving embarrassment. It's giving just, okay, we got it the first and second, third time. Again, seeing Will Smith out there crying, looking stupid. I would be grateful if Will came out with a scandal, and I know this sounds so horrible, but I'm tired of hearing her look like the big bad bully. I want him to come out and be like, he been cheating on her, or here's his real wife, or his, I don't know, just something, because I feel like it's just so unbalanced. I feel like all of the attacks and accusations are at the expense of Will. It's not balanced.
I think that's the power of media, because we see clips.
Yeah.
And of course, some things are just like, wow, but the missing piece is we don't know what type of agreement they have. And sometimes it can look like, one person is the bad person or whatever. But on another note, it's like, looks like they have an agreement, like no matter what, they rock it.
But see, that's the thing though. If y'all have an agreement, then volunteer that information so it makes sense to the rest of us. Like, you got us in this group chat. We didn't ask to be here. We didn't go to Jada and be like, hey Jada, have you been cheating on Will? Hey Jada, is Will really your soulmate? Hey Jada, did you have an entanglement? Like all types of things. Like you're volunteering this. So again, if you're volunteering information that's making your husband look stupid, and if you guys do have an agreement, then volunteer that piece as well. Now, again, you like you said, we only see clips. So she very well could have said that we do have this agreement and this is, whatever. And maybe we are just going off the clips. But, even her mom came out like with a statement defending her daughter and blah, 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 all this stuff. But listen, we're only going off what you have put out there. And she has a show. So, if you want to clear things up, because I'm not a big fan of having to clear stuff up, because who cares, right? But again, when you are married, and this is coming from a traditional person, when you are married, it's just certain boundaries, certain things that you shouldn't use your family as a scapegoat or as a tool, you know what I'm saying, in a negative light, just out in public. You know, not just my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah. John Legend has a record that says everybody knows that nobody really knows how to make it work or how to get to hurt. So I think they're going through a human experience on a big stage,
right?
And then, it's just like with social media and everything now, like one video could make you look crazy, you know what I'm saying, or somebody capture a moment. So I think they're figuring it out, and that's the cool thing. That's the not cool thing, but that's the real thing about it, is that they're doing it their way.
Are they? Because I feel like they're doing it her way. It just appears that you keep saying they, but we just seeing her. We ain't even seeing Will. You keep saying they and we, child, and all we seeing is Jada.
But what I'm saying is they're married. He's agreed to certain things. If he made certain decisions because of the way he felt, those were his personal. He made decisions, and I think it's just showing that they're definitely human. It's different.
It's very different. Yeah, it's very different. And obviously, I definitely wish them the best. They just added us into this group chat, but I just feel like it's really interesting because at the end of all of this, she's saying that she's never going to divorce him. They're going to live in separate houses and stuff like that. And so I know I said all that in the beginning, but one thing I do also believe in, which is going to be very hypocritical of what I just said, is that sometimes now marriage vows, I believe heavily in marriage vows, right? In marriage and the sanctity of marriage and all that kind of stuff. But I do think that just the way the world is evolving, I think that sometimes we need to think outside the box when it comes to traditions, because, traditionally the man and women are when you're married, you're going to live in the same house. You're going to sleep in the same bed, right? Those are the traditional values that marriages typically have. But what if you don't want to sleep in the same bed? What if you don't want to stay in the same house? Does that mean that, are you a bad person? Like, does your marriage suck? Are you're not traditional? But I think sometimes traditions, and I feel like this is a whole nother show that I really want to have. Traditions can really get you in trouble because you're trying so hard to stick to a tradition at the detriment of your mental health or your happiness or your peace. So really, I'm being a hypocrite right now because I'm going against everything that I just said. I'm just tired of seeing Jada. I really am.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, they evidently have a non-traditional type
you're right.
situation. But to your point, but even that could be an agreement. Like, hey, you're free to express yourself. You're free to. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, but I know. I like Pursuit of Happiness. I like shouldn't say, So
what's the one where he killed himself at the end? Now that one, 7 pounds. Oh my God, that is I'm telling my age now, but that is a DVD that I had on repeat. Oh my God, I think Will Smith is a Libra like me, but that damn movie had me in a chokehold. And when I want a good cry,
you know what? I was like, and it just shows you could be great, he's gifted. And you can be great at what you were born to do, and then you can still have flaws or be human or have weak points. So I think that's what this shows, So I can separate the two and be like, man, he's great here, and he's having issues here, and it kind of makes it relatable, to a lot of people. Yo, no matter you got $400 million, you can still have things that you're working through.
Exactly. And I'm gonna tell you as well, for me, I say this all the time, the same shit every damn show, but I have, 3 brothers, close to my brothers, I'm a daddy's girl. I have a lot of male energy. I've grew up with a lot of male energy around me. And, when I see a black man, that's looking like he's hurt, and listen, I don't know if he hurt or if he happy and out there with his third wife, that, I don't know the details, but when I see him just being publicly humiliated, and then to me, when I go back and I watch the slap across the world. We heard across the world with Chris Rock. I feel like, you know, I said on a previous episode, like, to get up out your seat in front of all these people and to walk up them steps, turn left, walk 20 steps, you know, to Chris Rock, take your hand, rear it back and slap this man, turn around, walk back to your seat, back down them steps and sit in your chair. To do that, I would venture to say that, you know, there are some mental health challenges. Again, we all have them, but no, that's not a typical normal thing that a typical person is going to just, you know, a healthy, mentally healthy person, I think, is going to just do. So just assuming and making shit up in my mind and in my head, I feel like, is his marriage and is his wife that we constantly see out here degrading his character and denigrating his name, is she serving him? Because she didn't even have his back when it came to, you know, her being interviewed about and being asked about the slap. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't like to see that. We don't have, and I hate to say this too, Black people in general have it hard, but a lot of times Black men have it so much harder. And it's like, there's enough of us getting killed and looking bad and on here rapping about bitches and hoes and on here, you know, doing all these things and, you know, kind of making like Black men look bad. And I feel like, you know, when we think of Will Smith, Black people, white people, green people, we just hold him close to us. And so when you see somebody out here kind of bashing him or making him look kind of silly or stupid or disrespecting him over and over again, it just hits a little different, you know? I don't know. Yeah,
I think it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Probably being famous and holding it all together. And I did see a quote where he said, you know, everything that's happening kind of woke him up. So I think he's processing, and he's definitely going to find his way.
Yeah.
And he's definitely going to find his way.
Right. And how's it affecting them kids? You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah, I think hopefully he has some good people around him, and hopefully they all have some good people around him. But I'm you know, rooting for their health, mental health.
Absolutely. So listen, we had a conversation earlier today, and you made a statement that I went nuts over, and I said this really encompasses all the topics of today's show, right? You said illusions. Like, what you said something along the lines of, we're all living an illusion, or, you know, there are certain illusions that we create in our mind when it comes to certain situations, right? And so I'm going to jump down to the Cheesecake Factory date. So we were talking about the Cheesecake Factory date, and then, you know, Issa Rae made this statement also talking about Ashanti and Nelly, and like Nelly buying Ashanti all this jewelry. He buying her everything except for a wedding ring. You know what I'm saying? And to me, all of those three topics was giving illusion. So I'm gonna start with the first one, Cheesecake Factory date, right? You all seen it. The woman was late to a date, and then the man decided to take her to Cheesecake Factory. She pulled out the camera recording and saying, does she look like a Cheesecake Factory type of girl? And, you know, blah, 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 illusion. You know, Ashanti and Nelly, they broke up, got back together. They're both in their probably like 40s, close to 50. And, you know, there's been a lot of conversation about, damn, this man done got her back again, still ain't put a ring on her finger. Illusion, right? Then Issa Rae was talking about, you know, somebody asked her in the interview, what would she tell her younger self? And she would tell her younger self, to sum it up, is that, girl, chill out, because what's for them is for them, what's for you is for you. You're on the right track. To me, all of that fit under the umbrella of illusion. Do you want to like explain what you meant by that, and, you know, your statement that you made earlier? I think it'd be really interesting to hear.
Oh, okay. I think
this is that like second of an interview whenever somebody asks you a question and then you're sorry.
Well, let's go because I think the context of what I was saying, I don't know, it was in the conversation, but let's go situation by situation.
Right, Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah. Well, that's her standard. I mean, I've only been like one time, and I had like some fried cod, and I was like, I want to go again though, because everybody swears by it, but it could be good. I'm sure they have. You don't like it? No,
I'm not a fan of Cheesecake Factory. But I wouldn't be offended if somebody took me. I would not be offended. Now here's the thing with Cheesecake Factory. girl, like one of my friends sent me that video, and I was so busy working that day that I was like ignoring it, and that's when I wasn't on social media. And when he sent it to me, I looked at that girl, like I knew the gist of it, of what he said it was, but then when I looked at the girl's mouth, like when I looked at the person who that statement was coming out of, I was like, girl, like, and again, not shaming nobody, but girl, you are the Cheesecake Factory. Like, that's your aesthetic. Your aesthetic is giving Cheesecake Factory. Like, so number one, that's an illusion in your mind. You're in your whole delusional girl era because you are, you giving Cheesecake Factory outfit, everything. Like, you're giving that. But listen, I'm by far not rich, but I'm by far not poor. And I go maybe every damn weekend to a very nice ass restaurant. Listen, like very nice restaurants every weekend probably, or at least every other weekend. Would I be offended if my man, or if I was back out here in the dating world and somebody invited me to the Cheesecake Factory? I would never be offended. And that's why people be out here single, wondering why they can't find a man. Like, to me, now I'm gonna say this. I do feel like a part of me felt like the skit was it was a skit. It wasn't even real because, why are you recording this? And those two people didn't even look like a real match. You know what I'm saying? But if it was real, and we've seen situations like this, like we're doomed. It's a restaurant. It's not McDonald's. It's not even Applebee's. You know what I'm saying? It's Cheesecake Factory. There's nothing wrong with Cheesecake Factory. That's just so stupid to me. And it's embarrassing to me as a woman that hearing another black woman talk about, do I look like I should be at the Cheesecake Factory? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You do.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it probably looks like a skit. Like, I don't know who started recording who first.
Yeah, she did.
But at the end of the day, like, especially if they had a conversation, like, if cheesecake is not her standard, Cheesecake Factory is not her standard, and you take her there anyway, then but the whole filming thing, that makes it feel like not authentic. Yeah. But if cheesecake, like, even if Cheesecake Factory is not your
thing
standard, probably the average person or woman is not going to record. She's going to have a conversation like, I don't eat cheesecake. So at that point, the man has to make a decision.
Yeah.
So hopefully, you talk about it first, and maybe it's TGIF or something like that.
Well, that's a step down, sweetheart.
That's worse. Okay.
That's a step down.
Okay.
That is a step down from Cheesecake.
Hey, it's just you just find your match, and you don't need to embarrass somebody.
Right, that's the point, man.
You got to find somebody who does Ruth Chris.
Who you're compatible with. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel, listen, and again, not trying to be hypocritical because, I'm all for the soft girl life. I'm all for standards. I'm all for women, especially black women, having high standards. I just think it was in poor taste for her to record him. I think that is, there's a classy way to make a point. If you are going out on a date with a man and he takes you somewhere, to me, that probably should have been a discussion. Now, I think if I read correctly, she was late, like an hour late. So I don't even know if originally they were going to Cheesecake Factory. I think that originally they were going somewhere else, but they ended up going to Cheesecake Factory because she was so late. But again, it just seemed just like in such poor taste to record it. It just seemed in poor taste of like how she said it. Like, do I look like I need to go to Cheesecake Factory? Like, the energy was just, it wasn't classy to me.
In that situation, the illusion would be her illusion would be like, what, and maybe not even an illusion on her part as far as what her standard is. It was more of an illusion on his part. He thought she might like her more that she was with him for him, but that was his unawareness of that. So,
but to me, you know what the illusion is to me in that situation? It's the illusion of dating in general. Like, I feel like there is an illusion of relationships and dating in general that is so toxic and just sets us up for failure. And it sets us up for a society of single black men and single black women. That man could have been her soulmate, right? But she's judging this man based on Again, this is not McDonald's. This is not even TGI Fridays. This is not Applebee's. This is like a Cheesecake Factory. That's not really a cheap place. You know what I'm saying? And it is a nice place with nice drinks and a nice little menu booklet. You know, to me, the illusion, in my opinion, I'm sure yours might be different, but to me, the illusion of that is just this illusion of dating. Again, I don't want to sound hypocritical because I do believe in standards and in your soft life and having your standards, but I just feel like I don't want to say to change your standards, but this is not apples to apples. To me, this is apples to oranges, because Cheesecake Factory is not a cheap place. Cheesecake Factory is not a fast food restaurant. Again, it's not even a lower level restaurant. So to me, this is where you set yourself up to be 50 years old with cats. You know what I'm saying? Living forever. And that's what I hate.
Yeah, I don't think she was looking for a soulmate that night. She was looking for a better dinner.
Yeah, and look, she done had a few dinners, to be honest with you. So at the end of the day, maybe he did her a favor, because here's the thing: Cheesecake Factory got a skinny menu. You know, they got a fit menu. So listen, he could have been doing you a favor. I don't know. So the illusion of Ashanti and Nelly. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, I mean, he got money, and he wants to. He's showing his love through gifts. I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah.
Like, and they got history, and they're back together, and it's just like, man, they're making the most of the moment. You know, that takes us back to our young days. When I was younger. So I think if you locked in like that, like, you're not losing by buying somebody something to show your affection.
Well, see, this is my thing, and again, I feel like my views are giving hypocritical. Like, it's changing every 5 seconds in this every 5 seconds, like I got a contradicting opinion. But don't shoot me, don't cancel me. But it is something cringe to me when you're dating a man. And in this particular case, I feel like they dated for years, right? You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. Now, and from what I remember, he cheated on her or broke up with her. Now, he done been with a whole other woman. You know what I'm saying? I've never really seen her tied to nobody consistently, but he was tied to that other lady. I forgot her name. You know, publicly for all them years. And he done circled the block. Okay. He circled the block, come back to her. And, you know, in my opinion, this is just my thing, nigga. Where the ring at? Where the ring at? I don't need, she's Ashanti. She can buy her own chain. She's Ashanti. She can buy her own, you know, iced out, you know, jewelry. Like, that stuff is cute and all, but you done came back. We are not 25. We are not even 35. We grown ass people. Where that ring at? Where that ring at? Listen, nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. Give me the ring and then let's get married tomorrow. But at least you done circled the block to come back to my ass. At least lock me in. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's just what I didn't like. And to me, that was maybe an illusion. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's an illusion on the left and the right. Because on the left side, oh, they happy. Why he got to give her a ring? If they happy, they live in life. They both rich black people having fun. Who need a ring? That's one illusion. The other illusion is he done circle the block, lock her in, do her right this time, give her the ring. It's like a lot of illusions going on, honestly.
Yeah, I think, and it's going to go with the next point that you said, where she was like telling her younger self to slow down. Like, the illusion,
got me there.
Like, meaning like illusion, like, okay, the ring or whatever. But I think as you go through life and you go through things, sometimes your consciousness grows, and they're happy where they are right now. They're on a journey.
Listen, no woman. Listen, I don't want to be the spokeswoman of America right now, but no woman wants to be just dating a man, especially if you done circled the block and not getting locked in. Like, I would, again, dare venture to say, she might have been assuming that when he put a damn blindfold around her ass that he was going to be on one knee, and she had to just play it off and be excited about that damn necklace. She can buy her own necklace. The gifts are great. All of it is great. But come on. Like, how old is Ashanti and Nelly? Like, they're like almost 50, ain't they?
Yeah, but even time is an illusion. So, like,
that you sound like a real man right now. That's what a man gonna say who want to just have you lingering around for 20 years and not giving you no ring.
I wish I had a good song to go with this. Like, I think
Ashanti is 43, so she's not even that old, honestly.
I think they living in the moment. I think, and who knows what their future plans are.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's doing. He has a plan.
He's 48. He's almost 50. What is he waiting for?
But see, that would be somebody else projecting their core values on somebody.
Here we go. Not KPIs and core values. You are not at work, sir.
Listen, I think they're doing lovely. I think they enjoying.
But so tell me this. Give me a direct answer with this. Do you agree? Yes or no that it is any woman would prefer a man down on one knee asking her to be his wife versus a new gold chain. Just tell me the truth.
I'm sure, but also the woman would appreciate and agree that if that's not what you really want to do, don't
here you go.
Just to give me butterflies right now, and then later it's like, oh, what did I do? So I think
that's true.
I think they're going through the process. They're doing fine, just fine.
You make me so sick. You make me like right. You make me look like the big bad wolf.
Listen, I do all sides.
Oh my God!
But I'm trying to be uplifted and just
don't be uplifted. I want to hear your real opinion. This is not. I know it is.
Listen, because going back to time being an illusion, I wish I had a song.
Here we go.
Sometimes I can't think of any lyrics right now, but
you just use your regular words. You ain't gotta sing.
They are living in the moment, and it's like, if this is the last thing that I get to do for you, I think they really living in the moment, loving each other.
Oh my God!
On some real good stuff. So yeah,
I can see your point, but this nigga about to be 50, and listen, and this is not me. So let me just make this disclaimer, because who knows if Ashanti even want kids, right? But if she do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure she would want them today at 43 versus trying to wait at 46 or 48 herself trying to have kids. You know what I'm saying? And so, and again, I want to be clear. Ashanti, like you said, and Nelly might have an agreement that we don't know about, and she might be perfectly fine, just being the girlfriend at 43 and just, kind of having fun. If I had a bet, I would not bet that that's the case. But again, people have like childhood trauma and different things that make them maybe not even want to get married, and we don't even know what her situation. Because she's a beautiful girl. She's a bad bitch, beautiful girl, flawless, beautiful woman, and I'm sure she's single by choice, not by because she has to be. So we never know what we got going on. And now that you made me the bad person, the villain of this show, now I feel bad because it's like, I'm giving my opinion, but maybe my opinion can make her feel bad, because I'm sure she's listening to this podcast.
Definitely. But so, yeah. And I think, it's just showing, different sides of the coin. And I think it's, if we sit down, I sat down today, I was like 2023, my age, and
how old are you?
I'm up there a little bit, but I was just looking at how, if you look at your grandparents, parents, how long they live, and then you look at your mortality, I'm not gonna live forever.
You don't got that much time.
not saying, nobody knows.
Yeah.
So I think that helps you with your illusions.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like when you
put that pressure on yourself. Yeah.
When you consider your mortality, you be like, man, I have, if you have purpose and vision and things that you need to do, and it helps you kind of focus, because sometimes we do live like we got forever. So
that's true. That's true.
So I think with that said, that helps everybody find a way. So I think, him buying her gifts right now and enjoying herself, that is awesome. And
I know, but it gave me kind of cringe, though. I don't know why. And I feel like listening to your wholesome comments, it makes me feel like I feel like I'm projecting like my desires and like my traditions on to them.
Because I guess we all have our goals and things that we would do. but in that situation, they're on their path. So
Yeah, but
you know that.
being devil's advocate, like she could be yearning for that ring, and now, cause okay, so let's again devil's advocate, right? Let's say that hypothetically that Nelly was Ashanti's first love. She felt like that was her soulmate. He cheated on her, went on to this other girl, then came back 10 years later. And let's say that she put in all her ducks in this basket because she feel like this man is the one, and she gonna just wait for him again, and waste her time. And then imagine 5 years go by, and she's now what 540? She's now 47, right? And 5 years has gone by, and she doing what you saying, just living life, having fun, trusting the process. And now she done wasted another 5 years with this man, not married. Her window for having kids naturally could be out the door. You know what I'm saying? You got to put. I know it sounds like a lot of pressure, but you gotta move with strategy. Definitely. I don't know if she wants kids. I don't know what her desires are, but I know the average woman wants to be married. The average woman wants kids and want that happy white picket fence type situation. So if I'm just going from statistics and most women's desires, like, they're not a new couple. They've been together for several years.
That's the illusion. That's the illusion that we think everybody wants the same thing. I think they're both seasoned, and I'm sure they're having they've been through things, so they're having real deep. They're having conversations, or maybe not, But I think the illusion is sometimes we just kind of have a cookie cutter of what we think everybody wants, and it's very individual. But I think us, and all we do, we just see their careers because they're celebrities. But over the years, I'm sure like we have. In our lives, we've been through things.
Shade.
So now, with them coming back together, it's probably at a different level, different conversation.
Yeah.
So, wishing them the best.
Yeah. You wish that. See, that's one thing about you. You gonna wish everybody the best. You gonna cover your bases in case you run for president and this podcast come back up. He wish everybody the best. He wish everybody the best. He just want the best for everybody. He is playing it safe. Listen, I'm gonna close out with this. And I knew I kind of threw this in here last minute, but this was very interesting to me. And I'm really interested to hear your opinion on this. What are your opinions on Candace Owens? And again, if you were for president, I guess you might can't tell me the truth, but what's your opinion on Candace Owens? Candace Owens was in the media today because she's trying to solicit Carly Russell, right? Carly Russell is the black young lady that went missing for 48 hours, and she was at the damn cookout eating a hot dog, and she was, gone missing or whatever. So now Candace Owens comes out of the fucking woodworks trying to pay her, whatever her fees are from her not jail, but like whatever her fees are for her lying and using people's cities' funds and stuff like that. She's trying to pay for that in oh my god, you know what this is giving that man. Oh, and you know what, I rebuke this right now in the name of Jesus, but this is giving that man who was up there at that podium and he just froze. Oh my god.
Oh wow,
that is so
Candace Owens.
No, I'll be trying to find the right words. She's trying in exchange. She was trying to pay her legal fees in exchange for a interview. Now, bitch, what are your thoughts on Candace Owens?
I've gotten some takes or seen some takes of her.
Not tapes in 2023. You
talking
about tapes and records, nigga? How old are you?
I'm from that era. But listen, I've seen videos.
Tape.
And of course, she has controversial things, but very smart, very intelligent. And I think she says some things that make you think. You may not agree with everything, and I haven't seen a lot of footage, but the ones I've had, like okay, like she's not dumb, or she has knowledge. So I mean. And I think when you have all these different points of view, it kind of gives balance. So I think
what a PC
I don't know.
answer. I've never heard nobody talk positive about Candace Owens, and now you done
Well,
really.
see, I mean, I can't. What I'm saying is, like, I've heard her say some things that's like, wow, like, whoa, like, of course, like, that we don't go with, but sometimes she hits you with the hard facts, and you're like, oh, that is true.
Right.
So yeah, so
that's just like Trump, though, right? Because listen, we don't want to admit it, but Trump be doing some stuff and saying some stuff that you be like, that nigga got a point. but nobody want to admit it because they be on some real like far fetched, outlandish, racist stuff. But on the other side, they be saying stuff that we saying behind closed doors too, or things that are helping us. But when a person like Trump or Candace Owens are so again. Listen, a clock is right twice a day, right? I've never used that example. Oh, is that right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, look at me. Wait, isn't that a Jay-Z line? Ooh, ooh. Okay. Anyway, so a clock is right twice a day. Look, I gotta say it again for effect. So, again, Candace Owens be making points, Trump be making points, but they also be like making horrible statements and going against the culture and going against Black people, to me, more than they're making these valid points. And so it just makes it a very blurry line. You know what I'm saying? Like why do you want to, I only hear her be so left field, you know what I'm saying? Like, or the right field, just so conservative in her thoughts. And to me, she's not the person that I would I would never, ever suggest that Carly Russell, as her first interview, be with Candace Owens. I think it's disgusting, honestly. I think that that would be a horrible move for her. I think she should weigh her options. And I feel like all Candace Owens is going to do is read her for filth, embarrass her, and she going to just pay her little $8,000, but then make so much bank off that episode. You know what I'm saying? It's a slap in the face. I feel like people like Candace Owens disgust me because I feel like you use your powers for evil. Like, you don't have, this is again, volunteering the information, volunteering the opinions, I guess like what I'm doing now. But it's like, it's going against your Black mom and dad, your Black grandma and grandpa, like your Black brother and sister. And nobody asked you to do that. You're listen, let's be clear. You are a regular Black features, Black hair, Black showing. You're not even racially ambiguous. You are a Black woman. No matter how much you try to like be with a white man, no matter how much you try to put your hair in these white girl ponytails, you are a Black woman, and you a nigger. Like, let's just be clear. Let's call a spade a spade. At the end of the day, you a nigger, and wow. I'm keeping it real. Like this show is that scary. And to your husband, you could be considered that as well. Like you would be another plantation person, just like the rest of us out here in the field picking cotton. Like let's keep it a buck. Let's say the stuff that we really want to say. You are a nigga like the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? So shut your mouth. Like, you are in denial. This woman needs Iyanla. She needs therapy. Like, we all have our opinions. I have mine. Mine might not be, you might not agree with mine, but I'm not intentionally going against my Black brother and sister. I'm not intentionally going against the vagina that I came out of. You know what I'm saying? I am not doing that. We have ancestors, our ancestors, like you are doing our ancestors, your ancestors a disgrace by going against Black people the way that you do. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with all her talking points.
Here we go, PC. Now I'm the bully.
I'm not. I've heard some things or whatever. Like, so I'm familiar with what you're saying. Mm-hmm. And what I say to it is that this is the deal that the conversations that are going on in our world that we consume and everything, there it could be clickbait, it could be like something said, like, Kanye has said a lot of things that make you scratch your head, but I think when you think through it, it's like at the end of the day, it's like, okay, if that's his opinion or her opinion, whoever it is, and that's what it is.
But that's the thing. I'm sorry, dog. Like, listen, that's the thing about opinions. And I get it. Like, I am a person with a podcast, like volunteering my opinion, like the other millions of podcasts out here. But there's a difference between having an opinion about Krishan Rock and Blueface and having an opinion about black men that are, you know, perpetuating a negative look on black men and just being aggressively, consistently. And again, I don't want to say she's putting them down, but just for lack of better words, kind of putting them down. Like, she's made a lot of statements, and I can't think of them now, but she's made a lot of statements that are just really like, girl, really? Like, you're really saying this right now? Like, she said a lot of things, that are just, I'm embarrassed. Like, her points, like the things that she says are valid, they're drowned by all the bullshit she says. Like, you can't even get to the shit that makes sense because she's saying all the dumb shit.
Exactly. And I think that's the danger and the change now in the era of history that we live in, is that everybody's given a mic.
Right.
So I guess
including
it puts
me.
more value.
Right.
It puts more value on each individual kind of promoting and living the truth that they want seen in the world, because there's so many voices that are painting a picture.
Yeah.
You know.
Here's the thing too, and again, I'm gonna dead this because I don't want to get too far into this, but it's very becoming and it's very fitting that she has a white husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I see Candace Owens, she makes a lot of valid points, but also when I see Candace Owens, I see someone that has had some trauma growing up, and that has probably shaped her views. If I can just be on my call me now psychic ability right now, I feel like she gives me somebody who didn't fit in maybe with the black girls, didn't fit in with the white girls, and, you know, somehow just shaped into having these outlandish thoughts. I feel like she's somebody that has some type of trauma growing up, and that is why she has a lot of like kind of negative connotation and negative things that she says about her own people. Like, I feel like she just has some type of trauma, you know, growing up. I really do. Because she, again, she not even somebody who like biracial looking. Like, she a regular, like if you see her on the street, she's a regular black girl, you know?
Right.
So. Yeah,
I was thinking about this week, like heritage and kind of how we are, as generations go on, like we're losing more and more value,
right?
Or even some of us never having values passed on to us of things to live up to, things that we value. It's like it's all across the board now, you know what I'm saying? And so I was just thinking about that, and so I have to make sure that I'm not going with the trend,
right?
And that I remember, you know, my elders, ancestors, if that's what I choose to do,
right? You
know, and pass that on, because everything else is being passed on, you know, and just try to, like, there's so much to do and to take advantage of, and to promote the good aspects of us and encourage each other to grow. So some people we're privileged sometimes to discredit all that and be like, no, that doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Or relationships don't matter, or to tear down each other, like you're saying. So I guess that's what you're saying about that it's easy.
You don't have to tear somebody down to lift yourself up, like especially your own people. Like, you know, to me it goes back to my conversation about marriage and kind of holding the sanctity and the, you know, tradition and value in marriage. You know, like, it's different when you dating. When I'm dating you just another dude. I'm another girl. There is no, we not locked in. We ain't made no vows, whatever. But when you marry, you know, it's held to a different standard. And I feel like it's the same thing. Like I might have opinions. of my husband that are negative. I'm not going to just throw them out there. As a black woman, I might have horribly negative opinions about, you know, a black man, but I'm not going to just over and over and over again just put them out there, especially if they're coming from a place of maliciousness, and not coming from a place of, okay, I see you guys as kings and I want you guys to act and move as kings. Hers doesn't come from that space to me. But again, who am I to tell her or to tell anybody what space hers is coming from? Because I'm sure if you ask her, you know, her thoughts and opinions are trying to uplift black people. But again, it's going to be mighty interesting when her black children, who I'm sure are going to show up in this world as biracial or, black kids, go through some of the issues that she's perpetuated.
And it's easy to say certain things without context. It's easy to blame or to discredit what's going on now because we're in a comfortable position now. So it's easier, it's easy for Kanye to say certain it's easy for him to say certain things now, where Dr. King dying at 39, starting at 25 or 24, and all those struggles, but being a benefactor of that. And it's easy to say, certain things that
You're
are really
right. You're absolutely right.
So so what I'm doing is, if you're going to say that and act like that and not respect the foundation that got us here, then I'm not really
exactly.
I'm not really valuing what you're saying, but people value that because we're in pop culture. It's like, they're not your leader. You're your leader.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So defund the celebrities. Thank you.
Yo, oh
my god. Hey, that's history. That's my joint.
Yo, it's my joint too, dog. Listen, I have thoroughly enjoyed you as always. Listen, I wanted you on this show permanently in real life with your face and everything, but it is what it is. I'll take the scraps of you just laying in your bed on the phone. On a cell phone. Oh my god. I'll take your scraps.
Yeah.
But listen, y'all. Listen, you know where to find us. Well, find me, y'all, because he ain't even on here. Oh my god. You can find me on Instagram at That's Scary with 2 S's. That's Scary _podcast on Instagram. Make sure you are subscribed to the motherfucking YouTube. You are here listening. I got good shit. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube, TikTok, whatever. When you go to my Instagram, if you go to the link in the bio, you will see how to get to me everywhere. Okay. Listen, Henry, do you want to drop your information where they can find you?
I'll catch y'all next time when I'm up there.
Listen, y'all, thank you so much for coming in. We will see y'all next week with a new episode.
Peace out.
Bye.